Hello friends, I'm George, the nice smelling gentleman. Welcome back to the channel guys. I hope that all of you are doing great. Now today's video is going to be about cheap signature scent worthy fragrances. I've prepared a list of 12 such fragrances that I'm going to show you today. I'm going to start this list of today's video with a fragrance from the house of Lattafa and their original Pride line, the 1.0 Pride line, that's called Alkiam Silver. Now this fragrance is a clone of Bulgari's Tiger and in my opinion, probably from what I've tried, the closest thing that you can get to Tiger clone wise. It's super likable, very versatile, super fresh, very juicy type of scent that is really worthy of being somebody's signature scent. You get a nice grapefruit in the opening of this fragrance along with some other citruses. You get some sweetness. On the dry down you get more amber sweetness, you get musks, you get a lot of musk, you get some woodiness, some spices. All in all, as I said, super versatile, super likable fragrance that can be worn pretty much all year round and for sure will get you compliment. This DNA just works when it comes to compliments. Performance here is also very good, especially considering that this is a freshy type of a scent profile, and all in all this is a fantastic clone of Bulgari's Tiger. The second fragrance that I'm going to show in this video comes from the house of Ajmal and it's called Orbiter, and this thing is a really nicely done clone of the famous Dior Sauvage Elixir. Scent wise super close to the original scent, maybe a little bit different in the opening. This thing feels a little bit more spicy in the opening. I pick up a very strong black pepper note in this fragrance, but other than that, you got the same players that you get with the original Sauvage Elixir. You got the cinnamon, the nutmeg, the lavender, the vetiver. The dry down is very close to Dior Sauvage Elixir, and in my opinion this is the closest thing that you can get clone wise to Sauvage Elixir, especially on the dry down. Performance is good, not as good as beastly as you get with the original scent, but still 7 to 8 hours of performance, and if you can find this online it's usually very cheaper. I got my bottle of Nutino's website for less than 20 euros. That's how cheap that is. So if you want to smell like the original Sauvage Elixir but on a very tight budget, definitely check out Orbiter from the house of Ajmal. The next scent comes from the house of Zaafaran and it's called Alderham limited edition. Now this thing is a fragrance that's heavily inspired by Chanel's Allure Homme Sport. It's not a direct clone of the original scent, but definitely heavily inspired by Chanel's fragrance. You got pretty much the same type of a scent, something citrusy, fresh, with some sweetness and some muskiness. But here, in my opinion, the actual muskiness is elevated to the next level, and also in here you get quite a lot of sweetness as well. There are also some floral elements added, some floral notes in here that give this one a bit of a green touch. This thing also has quite a lot better performance compared to the original scent, and in fact even not talking for a freshie, but even for a regular fragrance, this is actually quite a strong fragrance that has a very loud projection in the first about hour and a half. It really impressed me when it comes to its performance. The next one comes from the house of Lattafa and their Pride line again, but the newer members of their Pride line, and it's called Lattafa Massa. This thing currently is being hyped up quite a lot because this is a great clone of Ganymede. It's really nicely done, has very high quality, width, and there's a bit of a twist in here. Lattafa have added an interesting fruit note in the opening of this fragrance, but apart from that, it's pretty similar to what you get with the original scent. You get the saffron, you get the violet, you get the suede, you get the mineral notes. Very interesting scent. I'll be honest with you, not my personal favorite scent profile, but I know that a lot of people like this one, and it's very versatile. And for the people who like it, actually it's very easy to wear. Performance is great, projection is great, you get a really nice and luxurious packaging, and you get a really interesting looking bottle, unique looking bottle that definitely stands out, will stand out in anybody's collection. The next one comes from the house of Araf and it's called Legacy. A very ugly looking bottle, but a very nice fragrance inside here, very nice scent. This thing is a clone of Chanel's Platinum Egoist, and it's very nicely done. You even get a sort of a magnetic cap, but you know, the whole design feels really awkward in my opinion, really bad design. But again, as I said, the scent in here is very, very nice. One of the lesser known Armaf fragrances that definitely deserves more attention. Very close to the original, you know, Egoist, Platinum Egoist scent. It lacks a bit of that metallic sharpness that you get out of Platinum Egoist, but apart from that, it's actually pretty close scent-wise. You got this fresh, green, you know, aromatic type of scent profile that has a bit of sharpness in here as well because of, you know, some spices with very nice, musky, woody dry down. It has a bit of a mature factor to it, you know, in my opinion. You need to be a little bit older probably to appreciate this scent profile. But all in all, this thing is super versatile and works really nicely. It's cheap and at the same time has great performance. So if you're looking for a Platinum Egoist clone, definitely check out Armaf's Legacy. The next one comes from Paris Corner and their Pendora scents, and it's called Milano Prive. And this thing is a clone of one great scent from Paco Rabanne that unfortunately has been discontinued for a few years. And the original scent, of course, is called 1 Million Prive. A fantastic flanker, you know, member of the 1 Million line, unfortunately discontinued. And nowadays you only have a few options when it comes to clones, and Milano Prive is one of those options, and this is a really, really nicely done clone of a 1 Million Prive. You got the same things, you know, the same notes. You got the blood orange note, you got a strong cinnamon note on the dry down, you get tobacco, you get tonka bean, you got amber as well. It's very sweet, very addicting, very nice scent that works great in you know, slightly colder weather. I think this is a fantastic scent for the fall season and early spring. Really, really nicely done clone that has a very decent performance as well, and usually can be found for a very, very decent price. The next scent that I'm going to show you comes from the house of Lattafa and their Al Nashama line, and it's called Al Nashama Caprice. Another very ugly bottle, unfortunately, super ugly cap, but the fragrance inside is very, very nice. This thing is a great clone of La Nuit de L'Homme Blue Electric, with some OG La Nuit de L'Homme vibes as well in here, especially on the dry down. You get a nice, you know, fresh opening that's, you know, very reminiscent to what you get with La Nuit de L'Homme Blue Electric. It smells really nice, really sexy, you know, got spices, freshness, some sweetness, a lot of woodiness, you know, a creamy lavender note in here. It's an absolutely fantastic scent that can work, you know, it's a super versatile fragrance that can work pretty much all year round and for any type of occasion. This thing, you can wear this to the office, you can wear this to the gym, you can wear this on a date night. It smells very sexy, it's super nice, has fantastic performance, you know, considering that this scent profile usually doesn't last that long. You know, even the original formulations of La Nuit de L'Homme and Blue Electric, they're not the longest lasting fragrances in the world, but this thing beats them when it comes to performance, and that's absolutely great. And the last Lattafa fragrance in this video will be again from the Al Nashama line, but this is simply called Lattafa Al Nashama, and this is a superb clone of Initios Paragon. I really, really love this scent. It's super nice, super sweet. You get a super juicy plum note in the opening of this fragrance. You also get some jasmine greenness. You get some spiciness. There's a pink pepper note in here, a black pepper note. The dry down adds even more sweetness with an amber note. You get some leather as well on the dry down of this fragrance. It's super nice and super addicting scent, and I absolutely love it. Perfectly unisex, has great performance and projection, high compliment factor, you know, very easy to wear, and the best thing is that usually you can find this dirty cheap. So if you're looking for a clone of Initios Paragon, definitely check out Al Nashama from Lattafa. The next fragrance that I'm going to show you will be again from the house of Armaf, and it's called Club de Nuit Urban Man Elixir. This was one of the newer releases, one of the newer members of the Club de Nuit line of fragrances. It was released early last year, and it's a real hit in my opinion. Armaf have done what they sometimes do. You know, they take 2 or 3 very likable, very famous scent profiles, mixing them up together and coming up with a final result that's called Club de Nuit Urban Man Elixir. This thing combines 2 very famous and very likable DNAs. On one hand, you had the you know, the Savage, the original Savage DNA that has been mixed up with some Creed Aventus, parts here and there. Inside here, you get a pineapple note that's mixed in with the Savage EDT DNA. The end result is very likable, super versatile, very easy to wear, all year round type of scent that has a pretty nice price tag and also has great performance and projection. This thing will also bring you a lot of compliments, I can assure you of that, and all in all, it's a fantastic release from the house of Araf. So the next fragrance in this video, the Club de Nuit Urban Man Elixir from Araf. The next fragrance that I'm going to show comes from the house of Afan, and it's called Supremacy Not Only Intense. And this thing is a sort of a mix between Nishane Hashivat and Creed Aventus, leaning more to the Hashivat side. You get that very fruity opening that has quite a lot of woodiness and a lot of sort of a mossy feel. The oak moss note in here feels very, very strong. This thing has nuclear performance, nuclear projection. It's super versatile, can be worn all year round. The scent profile in here has fantastic quality. You get fantastic presentation. This is more of an up-end line type of a fragrance when it comes to the house of Afan. And this also comes in an extrait de parfum concentration, so you get the highest possible concentration when it comes to fragrance all inside here. Super versatile scent that just brings a lot of compliments and just works all year round. So if you're looking for something that you can daily drive throughout the year with fantastic performance and very high compliment factor, definitely check out Afan's Supremacy Not Only Intense. Next, I'm going to show you one of my recent discoveries, one of the recent good discoveries. It comes from the house of Maison Asrar, and it's called Oud Intense. This thing is a very high quality clone of none other than Dior Oud Intense. Very nice scent that's very close to the original fragrance. You got that very same players. You got that lipsticky iris, you got the musks, you got the ouds. This thing feels a little bit more woody, especially on the dry down, compared to the original Dior Homme Intense. Maybe that's why they came up with the name Oud Intense. But as I said, it's very close, especially in the air. It's almost identical to what you get with the original scent. And currently at this point in time, this is a rival to a Cayenne Classic from Alderham when it comes to the best Dior Homme Intense clone that I have tried. Performance so far in my testing has proven to be very good. Projection is very good. The bottle is a little bit tacky, and the other thing that I don't like about this fragrance is that you get 80 milliliter bottle size, not the standard 100 milliliters. But apart from that, I cannot fault this fragrance for anything else. And the last fragrance in today's video will be from the house of Maison Alhambra. Again, one of my recent pickups when it comes to Maison Alhambra fragrances, and it's called Exclusive Tobac. This thing is a clone of Carolina Herrera's Mystery Tobacco, but this can also serve as an alternative to Mancera's Red Tobacco. Those two original scents are quite close to each other. You get that spicy, sweet tobacco that's done very nicely. Now, this thing was very hard to find, at least for me, around here for a very long time, but a few weeks ago I was finally able to get my hands on a bottle of this thing, and I couldn't be more happy. Super nicely done, very high quality of the scent profile, very nice packaging, very nice bottle, great performance I've been getting out of this one, at least so far, in my testing. I'm a big time lover when it comes to tobacco scents, and this has skyrocketed right to the top of my list when it comes to my favorite tobacco based scents. So if you're looking for an alternative to Mancera's Red Tobacco or a clone of Carolina Herrera's Mystery Tobacco, definitely check out Exclusive Tobac from Maison Alhambra. So guys, in today's video I showed you 12 cheap signature scent worthy fragrances. I hope that you found this video interesting or helpful. If you did, give it a like, and I also hope that you're going to join me in the next one. And until then, stay safe and bye bye.